Starships powered by the Drums of Botswana. An Afrofuturistic tale. Listen, do not just hear with your ears. Hear with your skin, with your bones, with the marrow that vibrates when a drum calls. This is not only a story, it is a memory of the future, a rhythm that has not yet happened but already resonates in the horizon of our species. If you stay until the end, you may discover that you are already inside it. Because this tale is not only about what humanity can build, it is about what humanity can become. The year was 2100, and Earth was a wound. The ice of the mountains had melted, and the oceans had risen to devour cities once thought eternal. New York was no longer a metropolis, but an archipelago. Paris had become a lake. London breathed through salt marshes. The sky burned with orange and crimson, scarred by the wildfires that devoured the forests. The deserts marched like hungry beasts. The Atlantic spat hurricanes upon the coast. For centuries the warnings had been ignored. Now the verdict was being delivered. And yet, in the heart of southern Africa, in Botswana, a flame of unexpected hope had been lit. There, in the Kalahari, the desert of whispers, the land of ancient sand memory, a new kind of science was born. A science made not only of numbers but of proverbs, not only of equations but of songs, not only of laboratories but of ancestral memory. In Gaborone, scientists were experimenting with fields of quantum superposition. They observed billions of nanoparticles suspended between possible states, fragile as dew, trembling at the edge of probability. Then came the revelation. When human hands struck rhythms, precise ancient rhythms, the particles shifted. The quantum fields bent. It was as though the very fabric of space-time were a skin of infinite drum, waiting to vibrate. So they built the first quantum drums. From the outside, they looked familiar, hides stretched tight, rings carved in wood. But inside, unseen, were lattices of nanoparticles suspended in delicate fields. When struck with the right cadence, the particles entered a state of quantum resonance. The beats became codes, each rhythm carved invisible circuits into the quantum vacuum, opening pathways through which energy could surge. And when entire communities struck together in perfect synchrony, the resonance was no longer local. It reached into the cosmos itself. A propulsion was born, clean, infinite, unstoppable. It was not only technology, it was revelation. The universe itself was rhythm. But there was a law. No single player could command the drums. No prodigy, no machine, no solitary mind could lift a starship from the ground. Only communities. Hundreds of hands, thousands of voices, whole villages in resonance. The circuits required not just synchronization, but communion. The scientists gave it a name. Or perhaps it was not the scientists, but the ancestors speaking through them. Ubuntu. An ancient word of southern Africa, a philosophy older than states, older than empires, older than science itself. Umuntu, ngumuntu, ngabantu. A person is a person through other persons. Ubuntu was not metaphor here. It was physics, it was propulsion, it was the law of the cosmos translated into rhythm. And so in Botswana the future was born. From the desert rose ships of light. Starships gleamed gold under the sun, but they did not burn coal, nor split atoms, nor swallow oil. They soared because communities beat together, creating quantum harmonies that bent the universe. Each launch was a ritual, each voyage a festival. It was science, and it was song. It was calculation, and it was myth. And soon the world noticed. For while Botswana was rising into the stars, much of Earth was sinking into the sea. Delegations came, clothed in fear disguised as diplomacy. They brought contracts, fortunes, tears. "Give us your ships," they said. "Give us your drums, or millions will perish." And so upon the hill of Kagale, the assembly of the people gathered. Elders and youth, griots and physicists, herders and engineers. A circle of debate under the shadow of thunderclouds. Malik, the elder griot, spoke first. They took our gold, our cattle, our children. They took our bodies and our songs. Now they come for our soul. If we give them this, we shall die again. But then Nelady rose, young, brilliant, her eyes like sharpened water. She was an engineer, but also a daughter of Ubuntu. Elders, she said, Ubuntu cannot be sold. But it cannot be locked away either. We do not owe salvation to empires, but we do owe solidarity to peoples. Let us teach the forgotten, not the powerful. Let us give rhythm where rhythm was silenced. The council trembled with division. At last, the elders decreed, no sharing. The ships would remain Botswana's alone. But Naledi did not yield. That night, beneath a storm of sand and lightning, she gathered the youth. They stormed the port, carried drums upon their backs, and stole a fleet. They did not fly to London, nor to Washington, nor to Berlin. They flew to the margins, to Colombos in Brazil, to Inuit villages in the melting Arctic, to islanders whose homes were drowning, to Amazon tribes whose forests burned. There they shared not machines but knowledge. They taught how to weave local rhythms into quantum resonance, how to transform ancestral songs into propulsion, and the world's forgotten peoples rose, drums in the Andes, songs in the Pacific, beats in the Sahel. The planet itself became a vast orchestra of resistance. The empires grew furious. They attempted to replicate the technology. They built metal drums, algorithms of rhythm. They cloned communities, forced prisoners to play in synchrony. Their machines struck with precision beyond any human heart, but the ships did not move. The cosmos did not answer, because the universe recognizes only what is true. No false rhythm can bend the quantum field. No coerced cadence can open the circuits of the vacuum. Only Ubuntu. Only communion. Only hearts beating in truth. And then came the day, when every community, from every corner of Earth, struck together. The quantum resonance expanded. But this time it did not lift ships into the stars. It healed the world. The oceans, once furious, quieted. The marais receded to their ancient boundaries, the tides breathing in harmony with the drums. The storms dissolved, torn apart by pulses of resonance. Carbon particles shivered in the sky, broken and expelled from the atmosphere like shadows chased away by dawn. Forests rose again from desolation, seeds sprouting at impossible speed, roots cracking through the concrete of abandoned cities. The deserts, once hungry, bloomed with green veins of life. The earth did not flee the cosmos. The earth was restored, and the rhythm of the people became the rhythm of the planet. Listen again. Perhaps you think this is myth. But place your hand upon your chest. Do you not feel the drum? Does it not echo the ancient pulse of those who came before? Colonial empires taught us to conquer, to consume, to forget. But the drums remind us, the world is not owned, it is shared. No one rules the earth, for the earth herself sets the rhythm. The lesson was clear. Technology without community is weapon, but community in rhythm is medicine. And the future belongs not to those who seek to dominate, but to those who remember how to listen. Because the cosmos is not moved by empire, it is moved by truth, by communion, by the rhythm that unites all beings into one body. And the truth, whispered in every beat, is this: the world is healed not by conquest, but by care, and no empire will ever own the rhythm of life.